But I've got in front of me here on my phone exactly how to get to the good endings. Right now we're gonna work on Rod's route. I don't know if we'll get through it today. That was confusing me. My phone said 10 a.m. for a minute because it was a screenshot. But anyway, we're going to be doing the good endings. I'm going to focus on Rod's right now, and hopefully we can get through it today, but I doubt it. But this is basically more of a walkthrough than a playthrough. I'm not going to read. Well, I'll read, but I mean I'm not going to do the voices unless for some reason I feel like it. Yeah. Let's skip all this. I thought I was closer than that. Because we got to get to the point where we're actually talking to Rod and the rest of them, where we choose. Yeah. Come on. I don't think the first one matters. It's the second person that matters. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 routes that we're going to eventually get done. Like I said, it's been a while, so shut up, people. Yes, I know I can fast forward, but I'm afraid if I do that it might accidentally choose something for me like it has done before. Hopefully now you can hear me a bit better, and I'm sorry that you can hear the fan. I know you can. Because I could hear it when I did the playback, but I had to turn up my mic because I realized my mic was too low for people to hear me. As soon as these two shut the hell up. Now I won't be able to see any comments or anything, live comments, which right now nobody's watching anyway, but I'll try to jump back and forth if I can, but really I guess I only need this up whenever brain not working. Whenever I need to make a decision, that's what I mean. Yada. Shut up. I should have started this a little bit later, but that's okay. Do. Okay. Well, there's Rod, clearly. And Sabby. I like Sabby. Yada. Shut the hell up. Says I have to answer him, which I think that's what I just did. I'm sorry, guys. This is gonna be like a typical playthrough for me. I guess I could turn on the correct choice thing. I wish I could move my webcam around whenever I was doing this live. I don't think I can. I might be able to. Let's test out that theory real quick. No. I'm gonna pause just to see if it'll let me. It did not. But that's okay. Yada. You guys ever shut up? Hell, I've probably skipped about an hour of dialogue right there. Oh, my nose. Yeah. This is where we get Rumple. Bump, bump, bump. Which, for those of you that didn't watch his, and I doubt it, because most people, apparently a lot of people didn't. This game's not that popular. But I always play Fallout, so there's no reason for me to do all this. I'm looking at the wrong one right now. Oops. I keep getting back to Rumples. Stay silent. He doesn't say anything about that, so. I hope I didn't miss anything. Bum 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 bum. Oh, don't tell me I screwed up. Will you guys just shut up? That's what I feel like when my wife's talking. You give me the dang options now. Have fun with your ladyboy there. Oh, come on! Jesus, I thought I was closer than this. I'm really gonna try to refrain from cursing so much in my videos. I really don't want to, it just comes out sometimes. Da 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 da. Give me my choices. Whew. I smell vinegary. Oh, my ear itches. In case you're wondering why I smell vinegary, my sweat smells like vinegar for some reason. I've looked it up. It says it's because I'm overweight. More than likely. You gonna give me my choice now, please? The decision, okay. So it's chapter 2. Because it seems every time I just skip the first chapter, or I hit this fast forward button, or whatever it is, skip, then I end up going with another person I don't want to. Yeah, you're gonna make me sweep, I know. I think I'll make a different thumbnail for this one when it comes out. See, you're making me sweet. Oh, yeah. Come on. Are you gonna give me my options? I think somehow I've skipped it. I don't really know. Maybe I'm just dumb. We are going to talk to Rod. It just says when you have to select your pair, go for Rod. Seems like the princess has something she would like to speak with you about, Prince Rod. She probably already knows why I'm here. Thank you, Prince Rod, for telling me all about this. I shall leave you with the princess now. His expression turns grim. Clearly disapproves of me, even being in the same room as him. As soon as Perfect leaves, he shoots a glare in my direction. What do you want? Oh, blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. I'll let it go by slow enough so you guys can read this. I know we've played through this before, so really I have read it, just not right now. Once we get to the actual decision making, then I'll start, but as of right in the moment. But you quit that? I'm gonna have to really pay attention. Here comes the broom. Oh no. I could just see that. Oh, I better not do that, that made me dizzy. La 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 ba ba. Come on, give me my choice. I thought this was the choice. Watch it be chapter 3. I don't even remember. Yes, Rod. That was almost perfect timing. Yeah. I think what I'll do is I'll actually save it at the point where it says I'm supposed to be deciding. Gotta scratch my leg. Where I'm supposed to be deciding who to select. That way we don't have to keep doing this crap. If I've not already passed it, that is. Okay, here comes the pair up then. Come on, give me my choice so I can save. Blah 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 blah. Come on. I just want to walk you guys through how to complete this with good ending. So this will be a legitimate walkthrough, and generally I don't do that. Ah, here's where you get your choice. Oh, son of a whore. You're not gonna let me save, are you? Okay, good. I didn't think it was gonna let me save. I'll save it down here as well. Oh, poop. I'll save it down here, because knowing me, I'll accidentally get rid of that. Let's delete that. Yes. This will be the save we'll work off of for now, and then this will be what I select. There's no reason to now. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to be able to work with all of them because there's two here that I can't. I think one of those is Waltz, and one of those is probably Fritz. Well, no, I don't know. I think this is Rod. Hopefully. Yes, okay. So, that at least gets me through 3 of them. That's not going to get me through all of them. And as soon as we start talking to Rod's when I'll actually start reading. Oh, what the heck? Honestly, from what I was looking at, the only part I messed up on was warning. I warned Rod instead of Evangeline. No, I didn't tell him off or anything either. So there's a few of these I didn't do. Oh, it's not even going to let me. Cool. So this is all new then, somehow. Or maybe it's because this is a flashback. We know dang well, I've seen this. I'm laying on top of the mic. Yeah, that's really going to help. Okay, well, we didn't do too bad, because generally we're starting our stream right about now, so. So that's really not too bad. We're still going to skip all this until we get to our choices. Now, taking Rod's route, that's what we're doing. Let's fix my hat. Blah 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 blah. I see there's a new maid on staff. Yes, I know that wasn't the voice I gave him. Just give me my choices, please. Typically there's a skip button. It's not gonna let me. No. No. I know my camera's in the way. Oh, I'm just sitting here doing this and the whole thing's going. Okay, so first one, you're supposed to answer him. Let's back up just a little bit. He asks what we're doing here. Okay, we have to answer. I am here to break my curse. You expect me to believe that when you had people offering to help you with the Martian? His expression changes, anger clear in his eyes. No, I know why you're really here. What are you talking about? You thought you might you might take back what is rightly for yours, didn't you? You have no qualms about hurting my family again? I stare at him, nonplussed by his accusations. I carefully quell the simmering anger inside of me. The last thing I want is to be fired before I break my curse. I am not here to hurt anyone, so stop accusing me of such things. We glare at each other in silence. I had always thought that Rod was closed off and quiet, but his emotions are always blazing in his eyes. You shouldn't be here. I'm kind of doing the voices anyway without even intending to. Rod steps back, but his gaze is still fierce. Oh, getting dizzy. I do not have time for this. I'm gonna go find Evangeline. Why, so you can assault her? No, because it is my job to attend to her. Excuse me. We'll skip through all this so we can go back to our choices. Whew. I'll be alright, guys. Don't worry. Just a little dizzy. Which happens on occasion, especially when I've had a migraine during the day. Which I have. Eventually we will have a green screen going. Which I've said that before, but I just realized though it's gonna be funny because my headset, actually that'll work perfectly because then you guys won't see the headset. I don't even need it on. It's really, I don't really hear much right now. Because I'm pretty sure the headset's about the same color. It's still a green, so it might disappear as well. That would be interesting. Of course, then you'd have like a clear line through my shoulder or something. I'd have to tuck that behind me or something like that. I don't really know. I'll probably have it clipped to the back of my shirt or something like that, or clipped to the screen itself. Next choice, we're supposed to go outside. Like I said, this is literally just a walkthrough on how you're supposed to do it. That's why I'm not reading through any of this. So it's a little different than my typical things. I would call it I would put walkthrough in it, but the title was already too long. I'm going to pause the stream for a moment, and I will try to pull up some music for you guys to listen to, and hopefully it won't be too loud. Hopefully you guys can still hear me and the music. I can barely hear it, so I think that's how it's gonna work. I don't really know. Still trying to figure all this crap out myself. Anyway, back to our decision making. I think this kind of fits, really. This music. Yada yada yada. My mouse pad's falling off the desk. Eventually I want to get a bigger desk, corner desk. So we'll see. And hopefully our stuff will start running smoother here, because I've ordered a cable. So like a 50-foot brain work. Yeah. Ethernet cable, that was the word. I'm sorry, my brain's not functioning, it never does. Noticed my counter's gone. Not that you guys can see it anyway, but here we're supposed to go outside. There's Verokia, or Veronica as I keep saying for some reason. Let's go outside. Because that was the choice we were supposed to make. Follow him outside. I shall wait outside with Rod. Cough to clear my throat with the prince. Okay, I won't be long. I moved to stand next to Red Sea. We haven't done this part yet, so I'm going to read. That's what I meant. Any decision I know I didn't make, I'll read. I moved to stand next to Rod, who is leaning against the wall. Rod sighs in annoyance. Why do you keep following me? Tell me how to rectify whatever wrong I have done to your family. This again? I cannot help but scowl at Rod's answer. You spout all this nonsense about goodness, but refuse to help me. Why is that? You haven't given me any reason to help you. What? If you're not serious about generally learning how to be good, then I'm not interested in helping you. Maybe I can just catch him off his guard by bringing up his response in the toy shop just now. Fine then. I'll make normal conversation. Who's Verokia to you? Has she done something to hurt your family too? Verokia is a childhood friend. She's not like you at all. Oh, then why were you acting so cold to her? You obviously did not want to be inside the shop. Rod looks away from me and absently kicks a pebble on the ground. This is none of your business. I sigh, disappointed with Rod's reaction. Rod turns away from me as eventually exits the shop. That noise you were hearing just a minute ago, there's a diamond that's like right behind my head. It's not showing up right now, but it's like the sim diamond that's above their heads, and that tells you when you've made a correct choice. Obviously I know I've made the correct choices because I've got them in front of me. A cheat sheet. Rod turns away from me as Evangeline exits the shop. Ready to go? Evangeline nods with a smile. The two of us begin to make our way to the palace again. And we had all this last time. Yeah, this is where he takes you back to the Martian. Or Martian, or I keep calling say like Martian, like Marvin the Martian. On to our next choice. I'm only doing it this way because I'm trying to get it all done in one stream. Otherwise I'd go ahead and read through it for you all again. There's really not that many choices. hope this is all of them and I didn't, oh. Why do you want me out of the palace? Okay. First off, he says, now that we're alone in an empty room, the silence is deafening. And so I ask him the question that has bothered me since we came here. Why do you want me out of the palace? So that's the right answer. The further away you are from my family, the better. I glare at him. Your reaction is completely unwarranted. I am trying to make up for what I have done in the past. Only because you are being forced to. Why should that make any difference? Besides, I'm still willing to help you break your curse, even though it appears you do not want to. I do not realize the anger. It sounds like this music actually goes with this game. I would believe it. I do not realize the anger inside of me at first, but then I notice my hands are in fists and that I'm shaking. You are angry at me for treating your family with unkindness, and yet you do not treat me with any respect of kindness or kindness either. Excuse me? I realize that this is the angriest I have felt in a long time, and that it makes words fall out of my mouth. Yada yada yada. Okay, we've read all this now. Because this part's not really any different, it doesn't seem. I may have already, but maybe the choice I selected the last time, I really don't remember. So take note on these choices. She turned back into the doll, so she could check out the palace and look for the other witch. And we already know who it is, but I'm not gonna say. For those of you that haven't watched my original, or anybody else's for that matter. And I'm sorry if anybody's in the comments right now. I can't see anything because I've got the answers in front of me. Stay silent, refuse, and give her the correct answers for the next 3. I'm gonna pull up the stream real quick on my phone. Oh, come on. Because I can always go back to the other if I need to. That way, if anybody is in the comments right now, I'll be able to see any comments on here. I doubt it, because nobody seems interested in this. Oh god, don't tell me it. What? YouTube! Okay guys, we are back. I'm sorry about that. Apparently, YouTube was being a butthead and paused my stream and kept it paused. It still looks like it is. What the hell? Come on. YouTube! Do I need to refresh my screen? Technical difficulties, guys. Pause this again. Okay, I apologize for that. Apparently, I don't know how to use the live, because that was my fault. It should be up and running now. There it goes. I see it now. Let me go ahead and mute it. I should be able to see chat. Now, let me go to the decisions real quick. The decisions so far that we've made, in case, because I don't know how long it was going. The first decision you have to make with Rod is you have to answer him. Then you have to go outside is the next decision. And then, why do you want me out of the palace? And I don't think we've had any others yet. So, hopefully, that gets us caught up. I don't even know if you guys could hear me earlier or not when it was going. My fault for being a ding-dong. So slate in, slate out is stuff I don't want to mess with right now. Until I learn things better. Like I said, these are just for the decisions. So I'm skipping all this extra stuff. Simply because we've already done all this. This is simply a walkthrough. I've said it, but I don't know if you guys could hear me or not. Because, like I said, I'm a ding-dong. Alright, let me pull back up my decisions. Since nobody's in the comments. I'll check comments periodically. So, if I don't answer you right away, I'm sorry. Like, right after each decision, I'll check them. Oh, because the two maids were making fun of her, pretty much. Causing problems. Okay, here, yep, okay, I was right on my decisions. You're supposed to stay silent. And I've got the next one memorized, so I will just go to chat. Again, I'm sorry. I am very bad at this. I know I didn't even read any of that. I'm scatterbrained right now. I plan on having all this fixed once we get the green screen working. One, I have to wait on it to get here. They just shipped it out the other day, so. I refuse to help you. Okay, asshole. I raise an eyebrow when he quickly answers the question. Then you were cold for no reason. You have a princely You have such a princely disposition. Rod frowns, but has no rebuttal for my words. You must just be generally cold and unfriendly. Generally. There we go. Me no speak English. It's nice to see you, Lady Delora. I love Debbie. My leg, my ankle itches. Yada yada yada. I am so tired. Okay, back to the decision since I'm not... Nobody's talking. Da-da-da. Really, some of these decisions surprise me because it's not exactly the nice thing to do. I say that because the next part you're supposed to refuse, and I believe that's when, well, coming up here in just a second, because he's trying to get you to dance with him because Evangeline wants that. Refuse. Even if I do, I doubt Rod would want to dance with me. You cannot learn how to dance by watching someone. You have to practice the steps yourself. But if you need a break, you can just say so, Im. No, really, I find it easier to learn through the visuals. Sorry for making you uncomfortable, Lucette. Let's just continue our practice, Rod. Evangeline smiles at me, but it's obvious she looks more disheartened now. Rod looks at his sister before shaking his head. Are you guys sure this is a good ending? He turns to walk toward me. He holds out his hand. Would you dance with me? What? Play along, this is just for Evangeline. He's actually curious about your dancing princess. Oops, sorry, Rod. Well, I know Evangeline does not like treating me like me. This is too much. Fine, just this once. There's my view counter. Okay, so you refuse and you still end up dancing with him anyway. All right. Neither did I. Rod looks at me again, this time a little uncomfortable. He has an uncomfortable scowl on his face. He's not the only uncomfortable one here. We both start dancing as I mentally start counting the steps. It's been a long time since I last danced with anyone, but the steps come to me naturally. The dance is rather simple. While Rod and I move stiffly, I cannot help but notice his careful footwork. I realize that Rod is really a pretty decent dancer. Of course, I would never openly admit that. Wow, my phone is really dying pretty quickly. Alrighty, skip on to the next decision. Yes, your mother's evil, we know. Oh, don't tell me I hit back. Okay, good. Nose itches. Give her the correct answers. I am fine. Stay with him. Okay. I'm trying to read ahead a little bit on the decisions. Wow, if you read that quickly. That's so bad for you. Read the whole thing. Okay, you gotta give her the correct answers. Which, I did that part the last time, I remember that. Because pointing out our mistakes is just a dick move. For lack of better words. We've only gone through like 6 decisions, 5 or 6. Yeah, 6. Then you tell them I'm fine and stay with Rod. Got your pendant. Which that part I did on my own the first time. Because I got 2 pieces of the pendant. I probably would have gotten a 3rd, but it just ends with Rod dying. Well, disappearing, not really dying. We're probably on to the next chapter. Yeah, see, we're almost halfway through this already. Because there's like 12 chapters. There might be 13 chapters. We only made it through 12 chapters. If we get through this quick enough, I might have enough time to do another. I'll do a different game, not like I'll go and play some golf or something. Shall we? Are you okay? Here's where you're supposed to answer, I'm fine. Rod here is pretty worried about you, princess. I'm gonna read all of Sevy's cards, I don't care. Well, every part I catch. Oop. What did I do? Oh, cool, I could just use the scroll wheel. I didn't even notice that. I'm surprised by the look on his face. Okay. Well, I guess you can't. Only to go back or forward. Let's see. Rod glares at Sebby, his cheeks tinting. Sebby chuckles. Sorry, Rod, your thoughts ring so loudly in your mind. I cannot help but say them aloud. I love it. Sebby's gotta be my favorite character. Ow, 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 I'm sorry, okay? But next time, try not to think so loudly. Rod's being mean to Sebby. But yeah, Sebby's definitely my favorite character. Oh, hello! Welcome to the stream. Let's see, what are we? Stay with him. You're not doing a very good job. Okay. I'm going to pull up the chat, so that way if you guys are talking or whatever. And as I said, I'm only giving the correct answers. I know somebody's just joining us. Da 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 da. So you got to get this exactly right. This is a walkthrough essentially, because my initial playthrough was just playing. Nobody's talking, so okay. Let's see, I am fine. You got to stay with him, and you're not doing a very good job. Compliment him. Okay. Skip, skip, skip. I need to fast forward. If you can't tell by the title, we're doing Rod's playthrough on this one. And if I get this done early enough, I'll go play some golf. Oh hell, it's already been an hour. Hello, Fritz. Get your butt out of my way. If we're close to done and it's 11 o'clock, I'll just finish it, but this is a very long game. This music does fit this game quite well, and it's not even the music to the game. I actually completely forgot I was playing music, that's how well it fits. Okay. Come on. I'm checking chat every once in a while, so if I don't answer you immediately, I'm sorry. Okay, we gotta stay with him instead of talk with him, but we'll go back one because I missed what he said. Just as I expected, Rod is leaning against the wall of an alley, just outside the toy shop. Okay, he didn't say anything. We'll stay with him. Last time I think I talked to him. I could tell by Rod's stiff posture that anything I say to him will fall on deaf ears, so I moved to stand next to him instead. I lean against the wall with him. What are you doing? Keeping you company? Rod raises an eyebrow at me. Since when have you ever even liked my company? Well, I'd rather be here than stay inside the toy shop and listen to Evangeline and Baruchia talk. So you're not here to try and get me to talk? Well, it's not as if you'd answer any of my questions. I have tried forcing you to talk, and I know how ineffective it is. But I will be here if you do want to talk. Rod eyes me suspiciously. Since when did you start listening to others? When you are the personal maid of someone who enjoys talking to you, you learn to listen. Evangeline has been happier these past few months. I hate to admit it, but it seems to be because of you. Are you actually praising me? I would never! Rod looks away, his cheeks tinted pink. Think whatever you like. I do not know why, but for some reason I'm happy Rod gave me a compliment. Princess Lucette! Rod and I turn to a sound familiar voice. Waltz pauses in front of us with a bright smile. It's nice to see it. Yeah, we read all this part. Like I said, we're only focused on the decisions, and I'll read whatever's new. Whatever's new. That I know is new. I'm literally just trying to get through the decisions for you guys. It's not that I don't like this game, because I actually do. And it's an awesome game for being free. If you like these read-alongs like this. Which I do. I'm just amazed on how well that music fits. Okay, his next. You're not doing a very good job. Compliment him and tell him. Oh. Princess, your hand is really warm. Sorry, I told you I want to read Sebby's parts. Your thoughts are too loud, Rod. You're blushing. I am not! Nope. Okay. Rod suddenly stops and scowls over his shoulder at me. Suddenly, Sebby, I've been wondering, have you ever talked with Rod's family as yourself? No, I don't, Princess. Rod doesn't want me to talk with others since he thinks that I might say something unnecessary. So much for that. You still speak even when it is unnecessary. Rod is right. Sebby blurted out his thoughts more than a number of times. And you're not doing a very good job. Sebby sighs. How can I not when Rod here is thinking too loudly? It makes my head ache. You get headaches? That's not the point. The point is that when he thinks on something too long, his head becomes cloudy and really full. Like it's going to explode. That's why I've got to explain it for him. He's not good at expressing his thoughts, so Rod cuts Sebby off by pinching his cheeks. Ow, ow, ow! Okay, I'll stop talking now! Rod continues walking. Rod, have you spoken with Evangeline about the earlier incident? No. Okay. Skip the rest of this. Oh, man. I definitely enjoy Sebby. Oh, chapter. Damn it, I keep skipping to Karma's route instead. So I'm hoping I don't make a mistake because of it. That got more upbeat and happy. This is where she finds out her mom's a witch. I'm gonna have to turn that music down. Oh, no wonder it's an ad. Oops. Let's go back to the thing. There we go. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't going to pause it just because of that. Compliment him, tell him. Okay, I'm gonna check chat real quick. Nobody in chat? Okay. Go back to my decisions. Sorry for that little delay there. Looks like we're a little over halfway through the choices. Now the ending of this, I'll read because it'll be different anyway. Like I said, if we end up going to like 11:30, so be it. As long as I'm sorry, the camera's bouncing around like crazy. Need to get a better mount. And you see the background moving, and that's because of the fan. The camera, I think, is moving because I'm moving. Because it's on the desk. And the whole TV's actually moving, so that doesn't help. Eventually we'll get a much better setup, and I'll have the camera mounted on like the wall or something. Oops. Okay. Why are you staring at me like that? I'm only doing this because you're important to my sister. Red turns away, his face beat red. Liar! Red reaches up to pinch Sebby's face. Ow! Compliment him. Who would have thought that you were actually capable of being nice? What was that supposed to be, a compliment? Okay, I think I did that one. But yeah, eventually, it's going to be a long ways off, because I can't afford anything. You just smiled. I did not. Rod thinks your smile's pretty. I do not! You two are really the same. I don't care. Nee. Tell him is the next option. I'm sorry, there wasn't an uploaded video today. I actually didn't have time. I've been cleaning because we have an inspection tomorrow. It's really not that the apartment's been dirty or anything. It's just I've got really bad anxiety, so I overclean. I just spit on the desk. I overclean whenever I am worried about something like that. Inspection, I want to make sure it's thorough. Because I know they can kick you out for any little thing. Not that they probably would. More than likely they'll give you a warning. Hey, get this cleaned up. Alright. Honestly, they probably won't even check most of the apartment, but they didn't the last time. They literally just checked smoke detectors and asked us if everything worked. That was literally it. So... Okay, I believe it said tell him. Let me double check. Tell him. Okay. You're pale. Did something happen? Tell him. Yeah, I did that choice last time, so I know that was correct. Next one, I am not sure. I'm sure that I'm a better dancer than you. Oh, God. Of course I am. Wow, you're actually being honest. You're worried about me? And he says, of course I am. Sorry. Rod is really embarrassed. That's what Sebby said. Sorry. Oh, that's because Rod here has been saying things that contradict what he says or feels. Poor Sebby. It was a pretty smile, Princess. Right, Rod? I just see it. Right, Rod? Okay. See, this is the choice I made the last time. I'm not here to judge you. I'm sure I'm a better dancer than you anyway. The scowl on Rod's face deepens. Because honestly, it does not seem like a good answer. I almost smirk. Maybe he is reluctant to show me, but Rod is also full of pride. He is more likely to show me if I pose a challenge. You didn't answer the question. And? Are you underestimating my dancing? Let's have a dance off! The others might have forgotten, but you still remember, do you not? I am a princess, and was taught by the kingdom's best instructor. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That made me dizzy again. I say the words with pride, and I notice Rod's lips twitch in response. It actually makes me feel accomplished to get under Rod's skin when he is usually the one getting under mine. Having the best instructor does not automatically make you the best dancer. I am pretty confident with my own skills. Say what you want, but I refuse to believe you without any proof. I still say that I'm a better dancer than you are. Rod steps forward and pulls me suddenly into his arms, taking me by surprise. He looks at me, clearly determined. Fine then. You'll have your proof. I'll make you swallow those words with this dance. We shall see. Rod starts leading the dance. He glides us into an imaginary rhythm of a waltz. Even without music, I am able to count the steps in my head as I follow his lead. This is different from the short dance that we showed of Angeline. Rod's movements are graceful, and his touch is gentle as he leads me into an underarm twirl. I still say this is weird. When I come to face him once more, I notice the gentle way he stares at me. The usual hardness of his expression has gone, melted into something relaxed. I find myself staring back at him, looking into his gaze. Perhaps Rod does have some gentleness to him. Our gazes does not break as he twirls me. You have beautiful eyes. Rod's eyes widen as soon as mine do. He abruptly lets go of my hands and steps back. I can only stare at it in my face. I'm waiting for Sebi. There it is. It wasn't me this time! It was more than just a thought, I swear. I think we still ended up dancing the last time, though, because Evangeline commented on it. Heck, I might have read that same conversation, I don't know, but I just like, I'm pretty sure I did, because I remember Sebi's words there. It wasn't me this time, right, Rod? Oops. Yes, he's got the Little Mermaid curse. He will disappear if he doesn't complete his curse. Be careful what you wish for. Do not tell him and explain the situation in the next two. Oh, my fingers are sweaty. See, if I had like a screen share going, I could get my friends to play this with me. They could all record at the same time. We'd all take turns doing voices or something. But I doubt any of them would want to do that. I don't really know how to screen share anyway. Well, I know how, but you gotta have other programs for it. But that is, I think it would be kind of cool to do that with something similar like to this. I would definitely do Sebi's voice because yeah, my favorite, like I said, my favorite character. Kind of reminds me a bit of Jar Jar in Star Wars, and I know a lot of people hate Jar Jar, but I like him. Probably gonna get some hate for that in comments, but I don't care. Blah 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 blah. Do like the Charlie Brown. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, nothing in chat. Ooh, burp, excuse me. It says, do not tell him. See, I think I told him the last time. It is nothing. If you refuse to tell me what happened, I'll have to assume that no one were telling the truth about you. Lucette has done nothing wrong. In fact, I think Lucette only did what you or Evangeline would have done had you heard the awful things those women were saying about your mother. What? She stood up for the Queen when she didn't have to. Then why didn't you just say so? Would you believe me? Rod drops his gaze from mine. You never gave me a chance to believe you, did you? He would have believed me? How am I to know that? It is like a walking contradiction. Rod glances up again, this time to look at Verrokia. We shouldn't keep you from returning home, Verrokia. I'll take Lucette back to the palace. Verrokia's eyes narrow. She looks ready to say something, but Rod has already reached out for my hand to pull me along behind him. Okay. Did you really think that I would refuse to believe you if you told me the truth? You never liked me. You have no reason to believe me. Rod sighs, running his hand through his hair. Next one is explain the situation. I told you I'd help you break your curse, right? That offer alone should be enough to know that I... Rod turns away, suddenly looking embarrassed. That I don't dislike you anymore. You are expecting me to just assume that? How would I know, unless you made that absolutely clear? It's like my wife always expected me to read her mind. It doesn't work that way. Well, I'm making it clear now. I understand. Anyway, thank you for standing up for my mother. It seems like you don't require my assistance in breaking your curse after all. He gestures to my necklace. Congratulations on your second good deed, Lucette. Suddenly tongue-tied, I find myself looking everywhere but at Rod. When I have once again gathered my senses, I turn to Rod. My eyes narrow as I recognize the path we are on. This is not the way back to the palace. No, it isn't. We're going to the Martian. Why? Because I was on my way there before I was forced to take a detour because someone was drawing attention to herself. What? But Rod ignores it. Okay, we did all this before. So, fast forward. My fingers are sweaty. That looks very creepy. Okay, yeah, we have read all that. It looked like he was gonna kiss you, and that's your brother! Well, your stepbrother. But still, that's your brother. Ooh. The two of you seem to be engaged in some silent conversation. But okay. This is the right thing to do. You need to let her help you, Rod. Fine, you're stubborn, but I'm not going to quit investigating unless I tell you, are you? You're not. Okay, you're right. Verrokia is the reason I was cursed. Okay, yeah, we know that. I'm looking for Sebi's words. Obviously, choices. Choices are kind of obvious, though. I got a little bit more cleaning to do after I'm off of here. Let's see, explain the situation. Did I already explain the situation or tell him? Okay, I don't know. Checking chat. No chat. Okay. Hello, butthole. I'm talking about Mithros there. No, not people in chat. Here we gotta explain the situation. There's some gossip going around in the palace. Do you like her son, is what she asked. Because they saw her out with Rod in the streets. Oh, my stupid nose. Oh, look, I can fast forward. Skip to the choice. Yes, please. Okay, here you're supposed to tell him off for his behavior. Correct? I'm on Karma's route. Tell him off for his behavior. What have I done now to make you angry with me? Nothing. Yeah, see, I wouldn't have told him off for his behavior earlier. I had my last playthrough. You can at least look at me when I'm trying to talk to you. I reach a hand out to his elbow, pull him back so he's facing me. Rod, put the words down in my throat. Yeah. Chapter 8, The Ball. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm a dork. Stupid nose, quit itching. Okay. Plead with him, and then warn him Angeline are the next two. Okay. Okay. What happens if you can't break his curse? Okay. Plead with him to get his... Which I would have chose that one. I wouldn't have got angry at him. Yeah, now he's on top of her. Because it's Mithros and Alacaster. The two are conspiring against the king, essentially. Oop, we missed a Sebby. You're running out of time, Rod! Damn it, quit going to Karma's. Because he's refusing to tell you. Yeah, I don't want to lead him into the ballroom. I knew he was he was a butt wipe. Fast forward. Yes. Here. You gotta warn him Angeline now. Oh, stop that. Phone. Warn him Angeline. Okay, I know I didn't do this, so... My attention is quickly drawn to where Angeline is moving between the groups of people, introducing herself and making light conversation. I know this will be frowned upon, but Angeline's safety must come first. Make my way quickly over to Angeline and curtsy just off to the side, trying to draw as little attention to myself as possible. Princess Angeline, may I have a word? Angeline is clearly shocked at my intrusion, but she masks it well. Excuse me, it appears my maid has something for me. I draw her closer to the walls where the crowd blocks us from view. I wasn't expecting you to be here, Lucette. Not that I mind you, but you won't you get in trouble? There's no time for that. I take her hand in mine and look at her somberly. You have to watch out for this man in a mask. Sir Alacaster brought him to the ball. Why should I be worried then? I cannot exactly tell her that I think he is a witch right now. There are too many people looking. Just please be wary of him. I'm sure there is nothing to be worried about from anyone here, Lucette, especially if Sir Alacaster is involved. On the contrary, if Sir Alacaster is involved, I would also recommend staying on your guard, Angeline. Rod! I turn in shock to see Rod suddenly standing beside me. You should trust Lucette. Excuse me? I jump at the sound of Varg's voice. Oh, excuse me? I jump at the sound of Varg's voice. Rod takes a step forward and places his hand on my shoulder to steady me. I don't believe we've been introduced. Varg looks at me for a few moments, but I say nothing. He eventually turns to Evangeline, a wolfish smile on his face. My name is Varg, and you must be the Princess Evangeline. The tales of your beauty did not do you justice. Evangeline flushes as Varg reaches for her hand. He presses a kiss to the back of it, still grinning. I can feel Rod tense behind me. May I have the first dance? I'm sorry, I like doing his voice. Evangeline bites down on her lower lip as she stares at him. I become acutely aware of just how quiet the throne room has become. She cannot refuse him with so many people watching. My hat's crooked. I feel sick, but I cannot bring myself to say anything more as Evangeline puts her hand on Varg's. My phone is messed up, I think. Oh. Hey, I'm a ding-dong. I'm sitting here looking at the time on the... when I screenshot it again. So I was thinking it was already like 10:15. I missed something, didn't I? Okay, she just accepts. This feels wrong. I can only nod as I watch Varg and pull Evangeline closer. I do not like this at all. Rod and I watch in silence as the first dance continues. I know for a fact that Rod must see the dreamy smile on Evangeline's face certainly as I can. So it didn't make a difference, but it says that's the choice you're gonna make. Alex, is there some kind of disturbance? Alex just says nothing. Yeah. Augusta, stop this immediately. What are you doing? Okay, we're skipping to the choice. Okay, what is my choice that I'm supposed to make? What the hell? Confront him. What? His friend's not on here. Oh, it's triple dot. Okay, that threw me off. No answer. Be in denial all you want. At the end of the day, you're going to have to decide who and what you will choose. Who or what to choose? Silence! You are harassing one of our staff members. Of course, I apologize for my rude behavior, Your Highness. You seem to know a lot about us. Are you a... I lower my voice. Are you a witch? You're asking the wrong person, Princess. He knows who you really are. I think you two are worrying too much about me. After all, I'm just a pawn in this game. Vargas, look at bow. Are you alright? I am, thank you for helping me. Whoopsie! Okay. Confront him. You don't have to apologize, okay. What? What? Anything for... Yeah. Both of you are hopeless. Shut up, Sebi. I don't know why Sebi makes me laugh. Yes, you know how wrong it is, but you're doing it anyway. The Wedding. Chapter 9. The throne room is empty when I arrive. Yada. Skip to the next decision. Fast forward. Says confront him. Is Sir Marithros really speaking the truth? Confront him. Is this how you really want things to end? What are you talking about? Have you even thought about what your family will feel after they find out you lied about your curse? My arm. Oops. Okay. Skip to the next choice because it's going to allow it. You're going to die when Vrokia gets married tomorrow. Am I right? Is that what you? That is why you told me there is nothing that you could do to help you break your curse. Blah 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 blah. I thought it was supposed to skip to my choice. Why didn't you give me my choice? You don't have to apologize is the next one. Congratulations, you just kissed your brother, you weirdo. Like I said before, well, stepbrother. Anyway, like I said before, that was actually quite common, and still is common in royal families, because they want to keep their bloodline pure, as they call it, even though that's kind of polluting their bloodline. Rod, you do realize you just kissed the princess. Rod looks at Sebby and then looks at me, his face colors once more. Takes back his brother's I'm sorry. And then here you don't have to apologize. Can't believe he just ran away. Yes, Sebby fell down. Are you alright? I'm fine, thank you, princess. That Rod, I wonder when he'll start acting like a man. Suddenly kissing a girl like that is so unromantic. I think about the warmth of him. Rod may not say much, but he has a lot going on in his head. Thoughts he doesn't ever want anyone to know. I don't want to speak on his behalf, but I know he really does care about you, princess. He's just a little standoffish and has a difficult time showing his emotions. He's sensitive like that. Take it from me, I'm always in his head. Care about him too, but what will become of my feelings once I break my curse? I will return to being his stepsister when all this is over. No, this is not the time to mull over such things. I'm sorry for asking you to see you, princess, but can you return me to Rod? That boy is useless without me. Now, the other playthroughs, I'm going to go through each individual part because we did not do an entire playthrough, so that makes a difference. And I'm not going to say I'm going to do them all immediately. This is the main playthrough I wanted to do. Be careful not to drop me next time. You don't have to apologize. No, I read that. I did click that one the last time. Next, the only part that should be different is after the wedding, and I'm going to read any part after that for sure. Here, we can actually fast forward to it. You just ask, how's the wedding? Let me check chat real quick. Nobody's in chat, but I don't need the decisions up anymore, so I can see chat, no problem. Oh. Hey, Mithros, you asshole. Sorry. He is. I said skip to the next choice before, but you didn't do it. Okay, how was the wedding? Because the part we just skipped, Mithros bewitches Evangeline and gives him a knife, makes her give him a knife to possibly kill Vrokia. So we don't know anything other than that, and then we just ask how's the wedding. I quickly clamped my hands over my mouth after I asked the question. Rod just saw the person he loves getting married today. I already know how he feels. I apologize, I shouldn't have asked that. Rod looks at me surprised, then to my shock he starts chuckling. Why are you laughing? You look like a criminal caught in the act of a crime. I apologize for trying to be sensitive, Your Highness. Without realizing it, I smile back at him. Okay, see, all this is new. It looks like Rod has finally learned to converse with me normally. I hope this will not be the last time I see him smile like this. I'm tired, Lucette. I will now retire for the night. Let's go skip that ad. Skip. Where's my game? There it is. I couldn't see. I need to actually hit play on this thing. Holy crap, that is behind. I didn't say to blow up. My thing was so far behind, it was still back when we were talking to Evangeline. Okay, anyway. I am tired, Lucette. I will retire for the night. Rod looks at me again and smiles. Night, Lucette. Without waiting for my answer, Rod begins to walk away. I glance down at the book in my hands, then slowly open up to the last page of the Little Mermaid fairy tale. I start reading from the section where the Little Mermaid's sister explains how to get her fins back. Take this knife. Before the sun, you must plunge it into the heart of the prince, and you will be a mermaid once again. The book falls out of my hands and collapses to the floor. I stare at it dumbfounded. Wait, that means Rod needs to kill Varrokia? Then the item that Sir Mithros mentioned earlier. Could it be a knife? I need to find him! I turn and start. I guess we haven't gotten that far yet. I turn and start running in the direction of Rod's room in hopes that I will still be able to catch Sir Mithros there. Well, to come to the end, however, it's not Mithros who stands by Rod's door. Evangeline? She's slowly walking in the direction of the throne room. Her movements seem oddly mechanical. I rush towards her because she's bewitched. Princess Evangeline? Where are you going? Must go to Rod. Why is she going to the throne room? Rod's back in his room. My eyes catch something shining in Evangeline's hand. My heart nearly stops when I see that it is a knife. Evangeline, what are you? If he kills his beloved with the blade, his curse will break, and he won't die. It's as if she's in trance. Is this Sir Mithros' doing? Is she under one of his spells? Evangeline, snap out of it! Now, I have read some of this, but we'll read it anyway. Evangeline starts walking again, ignoring me. When I try to approach her again, thinking to steal away the knife, a shadow suddenly becomes to stand between us. Varg looms in front of me, smirking. Where did you come from? Let me through, Varg. No, I cannot do that, Prince. Oh, no can do, Princess. Don't you want to save the prince? I look at Evangeline, who's not even turned to glance at us. I glare at Varg, who is still standing in my way, grinning. Step aside, Varg. Ah, feisty. You are a far more interesting princess than your stepsister. I try to sidestep, but Varg follows my motions. I try again and again, but he thwarts my progress. He holds his hands up in the air, eyebrows raised. Tell me, what would you do if I did let you go? Would you stop him from killing the girl? Rod would never kill her. He would never do anything to harm the person he loves. He refused to do it, and he has no reason to do it now. Varg is silent for a few moments as he considers. Interesting. He steps aside and bows. Go ahead, then. You are letting me go? I would like to see this play end as it may, without any strings attached. The Mermaid's Voice. Chapter 10. Chapter 10 is where it ended the last time. So we will see what happens now. I stop in my tracks when I see Sir Mithros standing just in front of the main door to the throne room. He looks at me expectantly as I approach. Sir Mithros. Good evening, Your Highness. Such a lovely night tonight, isn't it? Only a half hour to go before you will turn 18. Do not forget our deal, Princess. Come midnight, I will be requesting your aid in exchange for helping the prince break his curse. I clench my hands into tight fists. Helping the prince break his curse? Rod, killing someone is not what I wanted. Sir Mithros puts a finger to his lips. You wouldn't want to attract the attention of the knights, would you? There would be quite a bit of explaining to do then. I glare at him, then take a deep breath and lower my voice. You did not tell me breaking Rod's curse meant killing someone. Oh, but I'm only honoring my end of the deal. Perhaps you should have done your research before agreeing. Oh, my ear. The grin on his lips never wavers, but I can see the amusement in his eyes. I relied entirely on the story Evangeline told me. And that was my biggest mistake. I should have read the full fairy tale. But now it seems you finally know the story of the princess fairy tale. To break his curse, Prince Rod must kill his beloved with the knife his sister has brought him, just like in the fairy tale. Sir Mithras continues to smile at me. I realize that he is speaking slowly, like one might speak to a child. So condescending. No. Wait. I start to realize that Sir Mithras is purposely drawing out this conversation to stall me. I need to go. Mithras did not stop me when I slide past him to open the doors to the throne room. The first thing I see when I enter the throne room is Rod. He is standing in the middle of the area with Evangeline in his arms. Is she alright? Rod gently places Evangeline on the throne. He leans down to look more closely. Okay, this is new. Closely at her sleeping face, then reaches down to take the object in her hand before he faces me. Maybe it's not new. I can see the metallic glimmer in his hand, and I know that he is holding the knife Evangeline brought with her. Where did she even get this knife? He pauses to stare at it, and then turns suddenly, his eyes widening at some sight in the part of the room. I follow his gaze to the corner of the room where Barokia floats mid-air. Her eyes are closed and hands clasped as if she is sleeping. Barokia, but how? Such a pleasant surprise, isn't it? Sir Mithras walks into the room with his hands clasped behind his back. You! Good evening, Your Highness. Is this your doing? Sir Mithras just smiles at him pleasantly. Rod only glares back at him. Guards! Sir Mithras clicks his tongue and chuckles. My apologies, Your Highness, but no one will be able to hear you, no matter how loud you shout. Not even your witch friend will hear anything through my magic. He knows Delora is here. I glance around the room and notice that Sir Mithras has created his silent green barrier. This is the same magic he used yesterday. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I had a belch that was stuck. Now, let's get back to the matter at hand. You're running out of time, Prince Rod. It would be a shame to see you perish here after the princess went through the trouble asking me to save your life. Lucette, what is he talking about? The princess wants you to die, so she asked me to help break your curse. Sir Mithras spreads his arms, gesturing towards both Evangeline and Barokia. And so I have been kind enough to set the stage and gather its actors for what I hope to be a wonderful finale. I can't help but wonder how this fairy tale will end. Why would you do this, Lucette? I did not know it meant killing Barokia, I swear. That is why I came here to stop you. I told you so many times there's nothing you can do to help me. And yet you still refuse to listen. Because I refuse to let you die. Can you not see that you are important to me, Rod? Oh my, what a scandal. Lucette kinda channeled Bark there. Or also kinda sounds like what's his name? I don't know. Brain not working. I turn to Sir Mithras and stare daggers at him. I asked you to help Rod. Why did you have to involve Evangeline in this? It was necessarily a requirement that the princess be the one that gave him the knife, Your Highness. It was, after all, the mermaid's sister that brought her the knife to kill her beloved. So that's how she knew all about all this. She came here crying, begging me to break my curse, because she didn't want me to die. I almost wanted to do it, but I could never kill someone. That is why I will always refuse to break my curse, even if I really want to live. Perhaps I miscalculated. Ah, well, this can be remedied. Sir Mithras waves his hands. His fingers begin to glow subtly with magic. What are you... Rod? A faint green glow surrounds Rod as he doubles over. What are you doing to him? What I should have done to begin with. The witch who cursed him said that he must do this of his own accord. But seeing as he refuses, I'm going to have to bend the rules slightly. Really? Rod stands abruptly and begins walking towards Barokia. The knife in his hand glistens beneath the patches of scattered moonlight in the room. Princess, he's gonna kill Verrocchia! Stop this, Sir Mithros! Where's Delora when we need her? I run towards Rod and wrap my arms around his waist in an attempt to stop him. But whether through the magic or his own strength he continues onward, I end up being dragged behind him. Rod, snap out of it! Rod! I must kill her. Hello. Hey, Epic. His gaze is so glassy, his words so mechanical, that he sounds nothing like himself. No. Mithra, stop this! I'm ending our deal. My apologies, Your Highness, but not even I can dispel my magic once it has been casted. It will only fade on its own volition. I cannot speak. What needs to be done has transpired. That, or perhaps the most unlikely circumstances, the prince will simply shake the spell himself. Though Mithros's words are apologetic, his expression is anything but. In fact, he looks amused by it all. Not so fast. A crimson ball of light rushes towards Mithros. He waved his hand through the air and is barely able to conjure a shield to protect himself from Delora's magic. Delora! It wasn't exactly easy to find you all, especially with the silencing spell, such a nuisance. Yep. That is not important. Help me stop Rod. Frost slowly appears beneath Rod's feet. It spreads up his legs, freezing him in place. I sigh with relief as I collapse onto the floor. My arms are sore with the effort of trying to hold Rod back. Mithros clicks his tongue and as he faces Delora. I don't believe you were invited to this party, traitor. Light gathers around Mithros' hands. Moments later, he releases the energy towards her. Delora in turn conjures a barrier, successfully protecting herself from Mithros' magic. I always did fancy myself a party crasher. Still to think you were alive this whole time. Myth? His real name. He is only one of the Tenenbaum Bearer's servants. This person is my mother's servant. Allow me to correct you. I am only her faithful servant. I am nothing like that ungrateful bastard who betrayed her to the fairies. Who is he talking about? I'm guessing Delora. Well, whatever it is you're planning, forget about it. There's no way we're letting you get away with it. Oh, well, do try your best, but first a reminder. I am the superior witch here. Energy crackles in the air and sparks begin to form around his hand. This spell is taking longer than his other spells. I noticed Delora's worry moments before. She is able to cast a shield on herself. Yeah, I read that well. This is not good. Mithros releases the bolts of lightning in Delora's direction. So is the Emperor Palpatine now, or what? Wow, I didn't expect that explosion. The impact causes both the shield and the ground to shudder. Delora! Smoke clears and miraculously Delora stands unharmed. No sooner has a sigh escaped my lips than another frightening sound echoes across the room. There is a loud crack and I realize that it's coming from Delora's shield. Everything after that happens in a blur. Delora is still trying to hold the shield up when Mithros casts another spell at it. It shatters and the magic seeps through and hits her directly. Delora! Really now, have you forgotten the most important lesson in defense magic? Always conjure another shield after being hit by a powerful spell. Oh, I do apologize. Perhaps I did not give you enough time to cast another shield. How thoughtless of me. What an arrogant asshole. Delora lays on the floor, unmoving. Delora! I'm about to rush to her side when Mithros moves to the stand in front of me with a malicious grin on his face. It'll do you no good to be in denial, princess. How could you? How could you hurt another witch? It is not a crime to destroy a traitor. He looks back at Delora with clear disdain. Then he sets his eyes back on me and raises his eyebrows. It is foolish of you to try to stop this. You wanted this, and I will not allow you to regain. Ringe on our deal. That's a weird word. The prince will break his curse, and you will help me. Help you? Yes, I went to great pains to make sure Alastair kept you safe, just so you could repay me. You said that you made a deal with Alastair to borrow the knight's assistance. And what would I need the knight's assistance for, dear princess? I never needed the knights. I just needed Alastair to keep you safe. I would have gotten rid of him myself if I wasn't sure the king would eventually find me. So this whole time you were only trying to keep me safe? To use me? Use is such a simple, ugly word. Remember, I just want to help you help me. Princess! I turn around and realize that Dolores' spell on Rod has faded, and that he is now only a few feet away from Barokia. Rod! I force myself to run towards him as fast as I can manage. I will not let you kill anyone. I do not know what I must do to stop him, so I do the first thing that comes to mind. She's gonna kiss him. I put myself between Rod and Barokia just as he's about to plunge the knife into her. Princess! Oh, okay. Wow. That got gory. My body is racked with pain the moment the blade sinks into my shoulder. I collapse to the floor and hold onto my injured shoulder. I could feel the blood seeping between my fingers. You fool! You could have easily been killed. I do not care. I love Rod. That is weird. I love Rod, and I would never let him do something that he would regret for the rest of his life. I cringe. Tears cloud my vision as the pain worsens. Lucette! I feel Rod's arms around me as he cradles me to his chest. I look up at him to see that his eyes are fixed on my bleeding shoulder. Rod looks at me with anguish. He grabs a handkerchief from his pocket and presses it to my shoulder. I can't believe I did this. I stare in shock as his lips move. It is not Sebi speaking, but him. Your voice. You broke your curse? But how? Of course he loves her. A bright light envelops us, and for a few moments I have to close my eyes against its brightness. I reach out to grab my necklace, but it's gone. I open my eyes in panic, but the necklace is definitely not there. Lucette, the glass slippers. I glance down to see a pair of smooth glass slippers on my feet. You broke your curse by breaking mine. I hear the sound of shattering glass and turn to see Mithras staring at a broken vial. What is it? Frost has begun to form at his feet and now is spreading up his legs. What is happening? Always have a backup, as they say. Seems like you're the one who's forgot the basics of combat. Never turn your back on an opponent unless you're sure that they are dead. Your bloated ego does wonders in turning the tide of a battle. Delora is now back on her feet. Oh, I'm so itchy. And walking towards Mithras. She dusts off her dress as she moves. Delora is unharmed? You, but how? Did you really think I'd forget to conjure another shield? The frost has now made its way up to Mithras' neck. Inconceivable! A lowly witch like you could never cast this powerful of a spell. Delora gestures at the glass shards on the floor. That's where Parfait's new special potion comes in handy. It makes my magic more powerful. The second most basic lesson is to never underestimate your opponent. Looks like you were the terrible pupil. Mithras opens his mouth to speak, or perhaps to scream, but by the time he opens his mouth, the frost has completely devoured him, leaving him nothing but an icy sculpture. Delora, Lucette has her bleeding stopped? I think so. I cannot make out what they say after that. My world is starting to spin, my world starts spinning, and everything starts to blur as I close my eyes. I feel Dolores' hand on my forehead. The warmth relaxes me somewhat. We got you, princess. Hang in there, Lucette. My body becomes heavier by the second as I lean my head against Rod's chest, and then I feel myself falling into never-ending darkness. When I open my eyes, the first thing I see are the soft rays of sunlight seeping through the window. I am in my own room. I attempt to sit up and cringe when I feel a sharp pain in my shoulder. I reach out to touch it, only to realize that it has been neatly bandaged. Despite the injury, my body feels oddly light, stronger than it ever was before. I remember I placed myself in front of Verokia to stop Rod from hurting her. But where did this energy come from? The door opens and Evangeline walks in with a tray of food in her hands. She stops when she realizes that I'm staring at her, and nearly drops the tray and rushes and stands beside me. Lucette, you're finally awake. I was so worried about you. I'm so sorry. This was all my fault. What are you talking about? It was mine, not yours. I remember bringing the knife to Rod, but I can't remember what happened before or after that. Just that, when I woke up in the throne room, I saw that you were bleeding in Rod's arms. I thought you were going to... The rest of Evangeline's words break into pieces as she begins to cry. I'm so sorry for forgetting about you. I made you work too hard while you were my personal maid, and... Okay, so she remembers that you were the maid. I shake my head with a sigh. It is not your fault. I was cursed, Evangeline. But I look at her tear-stained face. She was not at fault, yet she is crying. She really is a good person. I spread my arms. Lucette? I turn away, suddenly embarrassed. You look like you needed a hug. Evangeline stares at me for a few moments. I am about to reconsider when I suddenly feel her arms around me. I am so happy. I hug her back and stroke her hair. I can't help but smile at the warmth that spreads in my chest. Thank you. Evangeline pulls back. Her face is full of concern. What? Well, what will happen to you and Rod now? I saw how close you two got, and I saw how Rod looked at you last night. Wait, last night? So today is my birthday? The day I become the bearer? Is that the reason I feel so strangely energized? Oh, Evangeline walks up to one of my doll shelves and picks up the doll she had placed there months ago. Happy birthday. I meant to give this to you earlier as a surprise before you were cursed. Anyway, I know it is not pretty like the other dolls in your collection, but I hope that you like it. It is beautiful, thank you. I take the doll in my arms as a knock sounds on the door. Come in! And the door opens and Rod steps inside. His eyes widen when he sees Evangeline. Em? Oh, I was just about to leave. Evangeline slides off my bed and heads to the door, but before she closes it, she turns to us once again. I know how complicated this will be for both of you, but I want you to know that I will support you. So my lips are sealed. Creepy. And Evangeline wakes before finally closing the door behind her. There's an awkward silence in the room before Rod approaches me and sits on the edge of the bed. How are you feeling? It still hurts, but I'll be fine. What's wrong? I'm just not used to hearing your voice from your own lips. Oh. But I see that you have Sebi with you. I've grown too fond of him to completely set him aside. He's helped me through a lot. Bummer, I can't read his thoughts anymore. There was never any need for you to do that in the first place. Is that so? Rod shakes his head and sighs silently. So what happened last night? How is it that you were able to break your curse? You did not kill Verokia. In the original fairy tale, the Little Mermaid could return to her humanity only if the prince loved her back. Though it never happens in the fairy tale, it is still an element of her curse. But still, because the prince never fell in love with her, the only way for the mermaid to live was to kill him. I fell in love with you unknowingly when you told me you loved me as well last night. That broke my curse. I feel my cheeks turn warm. Rod coughs, his own cheeks flushed. So there you have it. The Little Mermaid never had a fairy tale ending, but I did. I already figured that out. I never had to kill Verrocchia. But because my curse started with Verrocchia, I assumed it had to end with her too. Turns out that the person I loved just needed to love me back. I was mistaken. It never needed to be Verrocchia. I see. We stare at each other for a few moments, the awkward silence returning. I change the subject as quickly as I can. What became of Sir Mithros? Laura brought him back to Lady Parfait. She's the one who will properly punish him. And what of Verrocchia? Delora returned her to her home yesterday. She does not remember anything that happened. Everything is back to how it was then? You are back to being my stepbrother? I cannot help but feel crestfallen at this truth. Blood binds, but so do sibling bonds. Rod and I can never have what either of us wants. That is just so wrong. I don't want to forget these feelings I have for you, Lisette. If I had never made that deal with the witch, then maybe we might have actually been able to be together. But had you not been cursed, our paths would never have crossed. I reach for Rod's hand. He laces his fingers through mine with a small smile. I love you, Rod. I love you too. But Rod leans forward and kisses my cheek. I know. 1 month later. Ever since I broke my curse, I became the new tenement bearer. I have been training under Parfait and Delora so that I can learn to control my newfound powers. Getting way too close to this mic. I never wanted this responsibility, but it is a burden I was born into. It is necessary to help maintain the balance between light and dark that has been missing for so long. Now that I am the new tenement bearer, Parfait wants the two of us to work together in maintaining that peace. I do not wish to cause any pain or suffering to people, especially to the people whom I cherish. Sometimes I still wonder what Sir Mithros wanted me to do for him, but that's not important anymore. So where's Varg? He just disappeared? I still have much to learn right now, but as the new bearer, my priority is to get rid of the fairy tale curse once and for all. For the time being, everyone at the Martian waits patiently for that day, and that I will lift their curses. Since everything transpired, my relationship with Ophelia and Evangeline has improved. Adjust my mic. Evangeline is fond of calling me the best sister, even though I am the only one she has. My relationship with King, however, has yet to be mended. I am doing my best to open up to him and give him a chance, but the efforts are slow going. I do not ask why he acted the way he did in the past, but I know that in order to move forward, I must let go of the past. It is finally time. I've been waiting for this day. I head back to my room to change my dress into something less conspicuous. Afterwards, I will head into the town and into the forest for my designated meeting. It is a relief King allows me to leave the palace on my own. I would not have been able to come here with the guards. I guess me being the tenement bearer puts him at ease. If the title reassures him and allows me to come out here on my own to meet Rod, then I am not complaining. Rod still uses the secret passage he always had used to sneak out of the palace. Evangeline knows about our secret meetings and helps cover for our disappearances if necessary. It makes me happy that Evangeline approves of our relationship, that we do not have to keep it secret from absolutely everyone. At first, Rod and I both attempted to keep our distance without making it seem too obvious to everyone around us. Though Ophelia seems to suspect something is going on. Ow! My butt hurts from sitting. Alright, see ya. Though Ophelia seems to suspect something is going on between the two of us, she has not asked questions. Evangeline was not happy with our decision. She said she felt terrible that we would be forced to let go of something so precious on account of our titles. She was right. More than that, it was difficult for the two of us to deny our feelings for each other. In the end, we came up with a solution, even if it was temporary. We decided to secretly meet up in the forest every once in a while, so that we could be together without any pretenses. Even for just a little while. When I catch sight of Rod, I run toward him and throw my arms around his neck. I feel Rod snuggle his face into the crook of my neck. It is still so creepy considering it's your stepbrother, lady. May I have this dance? I take Rod's hand and begin dancing to a silent song. The first time I danced with him was to prove a point. It was that when neither of us even liked each other. I remember this as I stare at him. What, is there something on my face? It was just remembering how much you hated me back then, and now that here we are. Fate sure loves to toy with us. I smile at Rob. Just for a little longer. I went to be by his side. I do not know how long we can keep this up, but every day I wish for the same thing. I wish that I can live my life openly loving Rod. I wonder, would that dream ever be possible? That's probably the end of it. Yep. So, guys, that's the Rod's ending, the good ending. I wouldn't have been able to. There's no way I probably would have gotten that normally. I'm gonna let this play. I still think that music fits perfectly, and it's not with the game. I'm telling you. It's the background that I'm playing. It just fits perfectly with this game. Oh, my nose is just... Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I do intend to play the other endings. I'm just letting you guys watch this. I know you've seen some of it. I do intend to play the other endings. Obviously, they're going to be a lot longer, simply because I'm going to play through the entire story. Rumples, I might not. I'll play through it, but I mean, I might skip to like I did this, because I did play bits and pieces of it, and I did show it off. So, other than that, though, I'm probably just going to go through all this. Sorry, I'm trying to delete the Rod's ending on the thing here. Rod's root, as they call it. You got Karma, Rumple, Fritz, and Waltzes are the others. There's 4 more endings. And we do have enough time to play 1 game of golf, if you guys want to watch that, I guess. So let's go ahead and switch games. Hey, see, you hear the music still playing in the background. Merman's voice. It's an achievement. I don't really care about saving, so we'll just quit this game. Anyway, this is the one we're listening to. Supposedly it's royalty free. If you want, like, I don't know. If it's not, oops. Anyway, let's pull up some golf. I have enough time for 1 game. A quick game. Is it loading? Yes, seems loading. Okay. I can't really see because my camera's right in front of it. Chat. Oh hell, I can probably keep that up now. Too late. Let's go back to my channel while golf's loading. Let's pop this out. Come on. No, nobody wants to hear that. Pop out chat. That's another thing I'm going to have to learn how to do all this. How did I do that a minute ago? What the crap? There we go. No. There. I'll just host. Well, of course that's not going to work. So we'll just go with just literally just call it golf. Gulp. There you go. Whatever. Typo. Create room. Forest, and we're going to do custom. My typical custom ones. And we're going to try to wait on one person. Hopefully we get somebody. And quickly. It says there's 2 people watching. I don't know if that's just glitched or what. I'll pull back up chat while I'm waiting on these people to come join me. Oh man, this. Oh, I'm hungry. Okay, let's just join a game that's... Anybody in the lobby? Yes. Passwords. 10 out of 12? Jesus, that game's gonna take forever if I go with that one. Password. 4 out of 4, that's full. 3 out of 8. 2 out of 8. It's gotta be open. There you go. Okay, so these are my only choices. Let's join that game. Hopefully they'll start. Can we start, please? Oh, I am so hungry. Okay, you're not starting, so... The game is full. 1 out of 1. Okay, obviously not full. Let's try this one. Oh, come on. If nobody comes in, if we don't start here soon, I'll just end it early. We've only got like 10 minutes. So, I don't want to keep you guys. I gave him 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Alright, nobody's going to come play, so I'm just going to end it a little early. It's only been about 13 minutes, so it's not too bad. So we're going to end this now. So leave a like and subscribe if you guys have enjoyed this playthrough. I do need to learn the other program because, as you can see, this is the live stream right now, and you can't see anything. There's no tags or anything like that, so it doesn't come out. It makes it harder for people to find. I think once I learn that other program, it'll work much better, and I'm going to try to use it tomorrow. So if we do not work, I'll be working on it for about half an hour beforehand. If we cannot get that to work, then I don't know. I'll have to go back and just use this, but we'll see. I'm going to try to get it to work. So anyway, leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Why is this not pulling up? I'm trying to end the stream here. There we go. My thing wasn't pulling up. See ya.